The military commander who established Guantanamo Bay is now asking lawmakers to close it. How's that for a turn of events? His name is Major General Michael Lehnert, and he called Guantanamo, quote, a prison that should never have been opened. You want to talk about strong words. He said he was told after September 11th that the prisoners at Guantanamo were, quote, the worst of the worst. But he said he quickly realized that, quote, that was not the case. Even in the earliest days of Guantanamo, I became more and more convinced that many of the detainees should never have been sent there in the first place. They had little intelligence value and there was insufficient evidence linking them to war crimes. So this is an example where it's straight from the horse's mouth. He's saying, I was there, I was in charge of the place, I established the place, and take it from me, what was going on there wasn't what the American people thought was going on there. Because your average person thought what? Well, they captured Al-Qaeda and sent them there because they didn't want to bring them, to have a day in court here in the U.S. And whether you agreed or disagreed with the idea of Guantanamo, you still had in your mind that these were some bad human beings there. Well, what this guy's telling you is, it's not really so much the case. He continues, quote, in retrospect, the entire detention and interrogation strategy was wrong. We squandered the goodwill of the world after we were attacked by our actions in Guantanamo, both in terms of detention and torture. Our decision to keep Guantanamo open has helped our enemies because it validates every negative perception of the United States. Wow. Those are some strong words, and actually a ton of credit here to Major General Michael Lehnert, because I think he's being as objective as he possibly can be given what his personal experience is. He's taken a couple steps back and said, well, look at this through the eyes of anybody else in the world. I mean, what we're doing is illegal under international law, under the Geneva Conventions, the Nuremberg tribunals, violates the 8th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which protects you from cruel and unusual punishment. I mean, we literally tortured people. It's a clear violation, okay? So this takes some bravery here. And remember, just the final couple things I want to say here about this story so you realize exactly what went on at Guantanamo Bay. As of today, 86 of the 166 people that are there, and actually technically there's now 162 people there because they just recently, within the past couple of weeks, let a couple of them go that were innocent, right? Well, 86 of the people, or now about 83 or 82 of them, they've been cleared to go. They're free to go. In fact, the only reason why the Obama administration is not releasing them in bulk is because Obama's afraid of what the right-wingers will say when he does that. I kid you not. That's how scared he is of Fox News. That's how scared he is of talk radio. He's afraid that they'll scream, oh, Obama releasing terrorists! Even though, again, these guys have all been cleared. They've never done anything wrong. They're not affiliated with terrorism in any way, shape, or form. So think about that. We're holding over 80 innocent people right now with your tax dollars and my tax dollars. Are you okay with that? I'm nowhere near okay with that. I would have released those guys immediately. Fuck, I'd release them in the middle of Alabama just to show everybody, innocent, they're innocent, what don't you get about this? And also, it's no surprise that these people are innocent. And the reason I say that is because of how they got there. I mean, this was all over the newspapers back during the Bush administration. Bush actually went to the government of Pakistan and said, look, we have this place, Guantanamo Bay. We were attacked. We want to make sure that we get Al-Qaeda in there. Do you have any Al-Qaeda people that you could give to us, you could ship to us? If you do that, we'll give you a monetary reward. So what did the government of Pakistan do? Well, they're not the most trustworthy people in the world, so they just went out and rounded up anti-Pakistani government protesters, not people who were affiliated with Al-Qaeda or jihadis. They rounded them up, shipped them off to Guantanamo, and told the U.S., yeah, yeah, they're Al-Qaeda. And what did dumbass George Bush and Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld and the rest of them do? Okay, I guess they're Guantanamo. Keep them locked up. And people wonder why the rest of the world hates us. And this is why you need trials, too. This is the best, argument for habeas corpus and due process I've ever seen. Because these are people who are innocent. They got there from a horrible backroom deal. There's no evidence on any of them. And then eventually the press caught on to it and they went, whoops, looks like we're some assholes who held innocent people and tortured them.